Hi everyone, it's Kevin, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna print the ogre from Yasushi Kyojin. I'm on My Mini Factory. This one is a pretty classic miniature for the fantasy style. The print is gonna be quite big compared to usual, but it's gonna be more fun I guess, so let's go. Okay, so here I just find the angle for my model, trying to fit on the build plate, and then I start to support. Here I'm adding a bunch at the bottom. I'm gonna have most of my strengths coming under the feet, and then everything else is gonna be like some structural support and just some details, some island. It was not really hard to support. There is not a crazy amount of tiny details, so that was pretty good. You just have to make sure you don't mess up, like for example on the end here, it's gonna float for a while. Just make sure you have enough. Same on the flat here, like for example, the angle is 90 degrees on the arm. So you want to make sure you have enough support at the bottom to not have some kind of squashing layers. So here I'm going a bit ham. I'm adding a lot of support, but most of them, they're really tiny, so it's not going to be a big problem for later on. You just have to make sure you do all the ropes. Ropes are cool, but you have to support each one of them, which is always a bit annoying. All the swirling around. And near the end, I just select a couple of support and I'm just bracing with the option here. Not everything doesn't have to be braced, but the longest one, it's always better. Okay, the print is finished. It's a bit bigger than I was expecting. I didn't check totally the Z height, and I'm still gonna have fun on this size, but I wanted a tiny bit smaller, but that's okay. So check the size when you print, sometimes you mess up. And I'm still gonna print a base. The model can stand up on his own on the feet, but if you leave it like this, it's gonna fall down for sure at some point. So I'm just gonna do like a classic round base just to make sure everything is stable, and I'm gonna start painting, so let's go. Okay, so here for the skin, I went a bit a different way. It's not a crazy color, but I've mixed a lot of what I had, so a kind of a plague brown with a bit some pinkish skin tone that I had, and then same for the shadows and highlight. I just tried to mix a bunch of color that I had just to have another kind of tint. So here I'm going really bold, really heavy and quick on the shadows. It's a bit of a dark flesh tone with some reddish and purplish inside, and I'm just trying to place it, and same for the highlight here. I just want to place my stuff and see how it looks. The goal is to really enjoy the process and try to see what happened. See here on the back, I didn't do the best job, I think. For example, I think the front is decent, but the back, the way I placed the light was not the best. So, and it's always, I think, the main, how to say, like the main thing on your mini is going to be how do you place your light and your shadow. That's what's going to make the mini look great or kind of weird. And I think the front is fine, but the back is looking a bit weird because I didn't place the light well enough and I didn't define the volume on the muscles around. So here I'm blending a bit. I'm mixing again some color and coming back and forth. I'm not trying to be perfect, I'm just trying to blend a little bit around. I'm base coating my rock for later. And here I'm doing the shadows on the leather like skirt around the ogre. I'm using the same kind of purplish dark brown for the shadows. And I used some glazing medium a bit to have some kind of blend at the start here. But I didn't really like go crazy for a wet blend. I just had some of the paint where you kind of like go around, it's a bit blending, but really like roughly. And I used the end of the paint that I had to do the rock, so the same color that I still had on my palette. I used the same reddish color and some gray, and I tried to blend a little bit, try to define some shadow on the rocks. I'm back on the skirt now. I'm just doing some highlight over and over. I had to take my time in between because the glazing medium takes a bit longer to dry, obviously. And I just tried to refine some shape, and later on I went back and tried to highlight some of the edge, some of the top part. I'm just going layer by layer. And here the final highlight, just a thin, really like bright line around some places. The skirt, like this kind of pants, was a bit easier because a lot of the volume and the line are smaller compared to like the huge belly or something else, but it still took a little bit of time. So here I have some like stain mark because of the wash in the medium, and I applied really quickly after. So to blend everything together and make it like try to take off this really like ugly looking stain, I'm just gonna stipple and like dry brush as well. So I'm just taking some really old brush, I'm mixing some of the color that I have, so this kind of pinkish now because it's gray and dark purple, and I'll just blend by stapling all around. And same for the gray, I'm just like going brighter and brighter, just stapling all over everywhere. And it's good for the rock, you can give some texture. I kind of like the end result. Here I'm dry brushing just on the edge, just to bring some highlight and definition at some parts. And right now I'm doing the rope around. It's a bit annoying. There is a lot of rope and you kind of have to go follow each swirl around. So it's not hard, but it just take a bit of time. You move around with your like brush. And after that I took again this same color, it's kind of dark brown, purple, and I've just tried to define some shadows on the rope. And I used the same kind of technique. I've used some glazing medium, and I just apply on the side, and then I kind of wet blend and roughly clean some of the parts. I'm not trying to have a really smooth result like I've said for the whole place, but I'm not trying to avoid like some kind of stain, the same kind of stain we were on the rock before. And at the end here I'm highlighting over again on one side of the rope, the opposite of the dark brown that I just put. And there was a lot of scars and scratches around the ogre, so I've used a pinkish skin tone here, and I'm just going all over the scars, and with a really bright kind of bone color, I'm just underlining the scars just to give a little bit of volume and like definition for it. Same for the leather here. I'm just applying scratches kind of randomly, some cross patterns, some straight scratches, and I'm just give some texture to the laser around. The eyes were really small, like the face is kind of growing and squashing the eyes, so there is not a lot of room to do something good, so I went really quick. Here I'm doing like a dirt base with some tuft around, pretty simple. Okay, so I'm finished with the ogre. This one was pretty cool to paint. It's still a bit rough on the edge and it's not like super smooth and perfect. But first, there is always time against you, like you can always spend more time, but sometimes you have to finish it. And I just wanted to experiment and try stuff, not being afraid to just go with some color that you don't really use usually, and yeah, just go ahead and enjoy the process. So even if it's a bit rough at the end, it's still a cool painting process and a cool mini in the end, so I really enjoyed it. If you like it, tell me what do you think in the comment, and see you in the next video. Bye.